Mr. Peabody and Sherman is based on the short cartoon characters that played before Rocky and Bullwinkle, I believe. And this is a DreamWorks animation picture which has a voice cast of Ty Burrell and Max Charles as Mr. Peabody and Sherman. And Mr. Peabody and Sherman is about an advanced canine and his adopted son as they attempt to fix a time rift that they created. I never seen the show Mr. Peabody and Sherman, but I have watched a few of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Mr. Peabody and Sherman was never in it, so I wasn't really looking forward to it that much. It looked cute, you know, the dog talking. Ty Burrell's funny in Modern Family, so you know, it wasn't at the top of my list to see of this year. But Mr. Peabody and Sherman was a decent DreamWorks animation picture. Turbo and Cruise last year were better in my opinion, but Mr. Peabody and Sherman is a movie that I think kids will have fun with at moments, but at times they'll scratch their head and not know what's going on. But Ty Burrell does a great job though as voicing Mr. Peabody. He's very smart, stuck to the voice character throughout the whole film, but I think young kids will scratch their head at some of the things he's saying. Some of the humor is dry, but at times it's also very smart. So I think kids won't understand that, and that's why Sherman is brought into the movie, and I think that they'll appreciate Sherman's character more than appreciate Mr. Peabody, because Mr. Sherman is clumsy at times, and kids will laugh at that. They'll laugh at the bright colors and the scenes where they go back in time when they look at Leonardo da Vinci and Mona Lisa, things like that, the Trojan War. They'll laugh at scenes like that, but when it comes to Peabody, I'm not sure that they'll laugh a lot. A lot of kids weren't laughing at scenes when Mr. Peabody was speaking because he's so smart of it. But, you know, as us adults, I appreciate some of the humor, some of the adult humor. There was one scene where Bill Clinton was in it, and you gotta watch it, and I laughed. Some scenes were very funny. I appreciate that they had adult humor in here as well, mixed in with kids humor. But like I said, you know, some kids will scratch their head at the dry humor and the smart humor as well. It had a fun plot, you know, going back and forth with time, different historical moments. I think kids can learn things from this, and I felt like some moments they were pushing historical moments down the kids' throat, like Mr. Peabody was questioning Sherman about historical moments. He's like, we're here, so what happened here, Sherman? And Sherman would answer, and I think kids were like, oh, okay, they're learning something, but I felt like they were kind of forcing it down their throat a little bit. The animation is great in this movie. It's really well done. The music is great in it as well. So the humor is, it's hit and miss at times for me. I also did like the history. They try to make it accurate, but also times make it fit in with the Mr. Peabody and Sherman timeline. Like they've been there before and they're coming back now and they're helping them. So they took this like accurate moments but also added a lot to it, which I appreciated. So it makes it a lot of fun. You know, you're learning at the same time, but you're also having fun with it. So Mr. Peabody and Sherman was a decent animation film. Not one of the better ones I've seen, but this year compared to like the Nut Job and the Lego Movie, I gotta say it's better than the Nut Job, but it's not as great as the Lego Movie. So Mr. Peabody and Sherman, I'm gonna give a C+. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think that kids will come out of it like, oh yeah, it was fun, but at moments they're not laughing. They're just watching the dog speak. So this is Just Watching Movies with his review of Mr. Peabody and Sherman.